People are full of surprises, especially when you travel together. Thankfully, Vrbo is not. When you book a Vrbo, you get Vrbo Care and 24/7 live support, so your house doesn't surprise you like your friends might. If something's not as described or doesn't work, Vrbo's there. Real people, real support, anytime. Book today on the Vrbo app. If you know, you Vrbo. Terms apply. See vrbo.com/trust for details.
Kraft Mac and Cheese is better than 90s hip-hop. We'll remind you of your childhood without making you feel incredibly old. Kraft Mac and Cheese. Best thing ever.
Walmart Business is in the business of saving you time, money, and hassle. Whether your business started in a garage or is a garage, Walmart Business has the tools to help you get where you're going. Tools like free shipping, multi-user accounts, and just about any item your company needs.
Even a double filtration cyclone dust collector.
Yep, even that.
Sweet.
Walmart Business. It's the Walmart you love. Now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com. Terms apply.
It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. That's right, we've done all the work for you. All you have to do is press play and listen. My name is Justin, and you could call me Band Curious because I am indeed curious about bands, and I like to talk to my friends about the bands that they like, and in doing so, we will come together and try to come up with a top 10 certificate list for you to get into the band that we are going to talk about today. That's right. Jennie will get this. I'm going to go right for the jugular. We're trash. We are trash today because we are going to be talking about Suede. And full disclosure, I'm putting this right here. This is a Peter episode. This is a Peter band. Peter put this band on the board. This is where Peter would be talking. He would be leading the discussion this week. Of course, we've gone into it. We have lost Peter. We're not going to delve too far into that, but I did want to make sure that going forward, anytime I have a Peter episode, I will be mentioning it, and I hope that is not triggering for anybody who's listening, but it's important to me that is woven into especially this episode because this is one of the last ones that he was working on before we lost him. So to me, it's incredibly important that Peter lives on in all the episodes going forward, but especially the ones that he had signed up for and the ones that he was going to be part of. So that said, everybody's chairs moves over one. So I don't know how this all came together. I know Peter did put it in the Discord, and I think a bunch of people signed up. Gavin, your name is the first one that is listed. So talk to me about Suede.
Oh, wow. Thanks for having me on the show. I love doing shows with Jennie and Adam. I think we all did Pavement and Pulp together.
We did. Mm-hmm. We did, yeah.
Cool, yeah. So, okay. So, well, this is how I start off all of my stories about bands. So I was in rehab, drug rehab in 93 in Northern California. And I was up at night and I had this little radio and I heard one of the very first singles that Suede put out come on the radio, and it just like totally gripped me and made a huge impression on me. And I think that, I don't know, I was worried, Justin. It's like, if you were gonna, I think that I think that Brett Anderson's voice is an acquired taste. It's like so dramatic and over the top, that a lot of people, a lot of Americans especially, I think, can't really get with it. This band is super dramatic. They're totally British. They're they're like a glam. They look back to glam, you know, and
Mm.
glitter, like glam rock stuff. They're super sleazy, like decadent. They play with class a lot, kind of like our pulp episode where we talk about common people. Like the lower classes have more fun. We're going to create our own society of opulence and exclusivity because we've been locked out of um, the pantheon, you know, kind of like the mods did before them. And I think Britpop really revived that as an attitude for the working class. It took me a long time to get into them. I mean, that first single really hit me, but then after that, like they're so intriguing that I would go back to them every few years. Like, okay, this is the year I'm gonna be able to like get with Suede. And I'd be like, nope, not yet. Like I can't deal with Brett's voice in a lot of songs, you know? And then this past year I just like totally like got it and like fell in love with them. I think that they're a really fascinating band. They have a really crazy fucking story, like drugs and love triangles and mental illness and like teenagers in the band and like all kinds of wild shit. If you watch the documentary about them, it's really beautiful. But something about them kept me returning, and I finally like am all in on Suede.
So I know, like, you know, more on the song side, this probably comes into play, but I feel like, did maybe Peter nudge you here, Jenny, to say, hey, there's openings on the Suede panel?
Yeah, that's for sure. Looking back at the chat that we had before we even get into it. Okay, we usually do a poll of like how many unanimous votes we're going to get on a song. Also, side challenge, how many times will I cry on this episode?
Yeah.
And we're already at one. So, I'm looking back at the chat, like, he's talking about how he's never done a Britpop episode, and he really wanted to be on this, and it has been too long since I was on an episode with him. And after we did the pulp episode, I was like, I just put me down for anything Britpop. I am down, and especially the fact that Peter was on it. So, yeah, like again, looking back at the chat, seeing him like, oh, I really want to do this episode, and I'm dragging my feet and just not not doing my homework. It fucking sucks. Sorry.
No. This is part of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a really important part of it too.
Yeah, we'll get into it later, but this was a tough one. This was a tough one just because of all the history with that and everything. So yeah. So that's all I got. Otherwise I'm going to start crying again.
Okay. Well, I mean, we look forward to your tears next round. So Adam, I think not that you didn't sign up for Suede, but I think this was born because we were trying to do the Clouds, which was Jenny, Peter, and yourself. And we couldn't get all that together because it's in Australia, but not in America. So we were just trying to come up with something else. I think I have that correct.
That's right. And my story is not totally dissimilar to what we were talking about. Like my when I first heard them, 1993 singles, when the single came out. So I was 21 at the time, so showing my age there. But I was just getting heavily into the Pixies. I was into the Violent Femmes, but I was also getting into the Smiths and Morrissey's early releases as well. So I was very much in a journey of discovery of the Smiths, even though they're very much broken up by then. And so when I heard Brett Anderson's voice, it like Gavin was saying, it kind of turned me off. It's like felt like, oh, it's a bloody Morrissey wannabe. And so even though I remember the songs being quite striking and they're very immediate, and we'll get to them. I didn't hate them. I just never really landed with me. So I didn't give them too much thought until a few years later. I have gone through my CD collection, which I've still got, and I did actually get Coming Up on CD,
Mm.
and I do remember listening to that a bit, and I enjoyed it. But I never became, I was never into them the same way that I was with Pulp or Blur, even if we're looking at other British bands. So, so fast forward now to more recent times, and they've kind of come onto my radar in multiple ways in recent years because they're still releasing really strong stuff, and we'll talk about that. But I've got a mate, old schoolmate, and a shout out to Brad, who probably will be listening, who is a music tragic like me, and we chat on Facebook around artists that we like from time to time. And I know he's a massive Suede head, so he sort of influenced me to go back and do the deep dive. And the other thing is, Gavin, you put me on to Bandsplain podcast with Yassi Sarek, so I listened to all of. I've been getting into that where they go right back to the band's history, and I just found it really fascinating. I think they're a really interesting band to talk about, a really important band, and probably should be considered more highly in terms of the Britpop era of the 90s in terms of their impact. That's me.
Yeah, that's interesting because like I was going to lead off with saying I don't know how they weren't on my radar like at all. Like I feel like maybe I'd heard the name. Maybe at the time I was like actively avoiding what was considered Britpop other than however Oasis was considered that. I don't know. But like I was into Oasis and never really, aside from song 2, Woohoo, never really kind of crossed that threshold with Britpop, which is surprising. When I think about my household, I'm really shocked that my mom wasn't more into Britpop, especially at that time. Like I'm surprised that all these bands escaped me because they seem like they'd be right up her alley. So I'll have to reach out to her and see like what she thinks of all that stuff. But anyway, yeah, this band was nowhere, like I was nowhere near this. Like usually when a band comes up, like I'm somewhat familiar with, why we're going to be talking about them. Again, nothing, there was nothing for me to draw on here. So like, this is all completely just presented as is to me. And I'll tell you one thing before we get into like the actual songs here. The thing we keep coming back to is the dude's voice. And I got to tell you, man, you're talking to a Billy Corgan fan. Like, I mean, like it takes a lot out of a voice to really, really put me off. And that was actually one of the things that drew me in is like, yeah, give me that something different. Like,
yeah,
I like the drama. I like nasally. I thought it was, I like being off put. Like I like that. It makes me feel. And so like,
yeah,
I found myself feeling during a lot of songs that I had no idea what he was talking about. So, I mean, it's a shortcut, but like you do with it what you can. So, that said, like I feel like there was a bit of a conversation too, like what we had to include here. At this point, unfortunately, I don't remember the conversation, but I think we landed on 57 songs. Hold on. I can tell you real quick. Yeah, 57 songs, about 4 hours worth of music. So like when you're going to frame this up, Gavin, like what do you feel like, number one, were the things that we needed for this conversation? And number two, like when you're plucking out your 20, like how are you building your list?
Yeah, thanks. If I remember right, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I think that Peter put the list together, and then I kind of like went back and forth with him, and Adam weighed in too. They have a lot of records. They have kind of two lives, even 3 lives, right, in there. But so we took the first 3 records from 93,
yeah,
94, and 96. And then we stop. So we don't do Head Music, we don't do A New Morning, and then all the first kind of comeback albums. And then we pick up again in the last part of the discography we do Auto Fiction from 2022, and the new album Antidepressants that just came out last year in 2025. So we bookended this thing. We took one non-album single from 94, and Adam threw a B-side in there from 94.
I did.
Yeah. So when you're picking out your 20 for this one, what's your process here?
Yeah, I think this was a hard one. I had a lot of really cuts that I didn't want to make, which doesn't always happen for me on Deprogrammed. And I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I'm not really sure. It was the stuff that like really spoke to me. I like their I like their really melodic, pretty stuff. Um, I think that there's just like an essential quality to them that I was looking for. I think that you could argue that they're the essential Britpop band. Um, and I guess I was just like looking for that X factor. And when I saw it, I knew it.
Yeah. I feel like mine's similar, so I'll get around to that. But Jennie, I know this one was hard for you. Like, is it like the first pass was easy and then just coming back to do the work was hard, or was just the whole thing difficult?
The whole thing was difficult. So for one thing, and I forgot to mention this in the start because I was, in my feels and shit. But like I knew about Suede and I had heard them, but they were not like deeply in my listening rotation or anything like that. So I didn't have any like emotional attachment to them. Like I had not, there's no nostalgia or anything like that. But like, we started diving back into this maybe like 2 weeks after Peter had passed away, something like that. And I put that first album on, and it how do I say this? It was definitely a Peter band.
Yeah.
And right away I could hear him in the music.
Yeah.
And there were songs that really reminded me of him like immediately, and I had to stop.
Yeah.
I couldn't choose anything. Like I went back to the first two albums that I listened to that day, and I didn't have anything in my notes because I was just, it was just kind of washing over me, I guess. And so when I went back, I was able to grab a few more, but there was a few. And I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off right away when it comes time to picking songs. There was one in particular that was like, it just hit me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, again, this is part of it. And that's why I mentioned that this was a Peter band up front, because it's a really important part of this panel doing this episode today. So like, yeah, like that's going to be part of it, folks. I hope that's not a problem for you. It's not a problem for me. Like I'm sorry that, that we're just kind of trudging through it, but like also, I also know that you'll feel better on the other side of it because our friend he's worthy of these feelings. So, Adam, as always, you don't always show your hand, leading in, other than, sometimes you say, like I'm really close to the end and these are really hard cuts. Is this one of those bands where you didn't have a problem, or is this one where it was one of the worst ever and you just had hid it from us?
I think I feel like I'm a cliche with my answers, actually, Justin, because I usually do find it really hard on the last few, and I did this. This was no exception. But to get to 30 to start with wasn't too bad, and then because I was sort of discovering some of the music along the way, like the rest of the panel as well, really, it kind of stuff changed and shifted on me. Also, just wanted to call out, even in spite of the tragedy with Peter, this music is so emotional anyway, and I just found it. I mean, I just think they are an incredible band, and incredible songwriting, and Brett Anderson's got such a talent and a gift with his voice that I found at times I had to pause myself, like just to just binging Suede, even though I love it. Kind of like sitting down with a box of chocolates and making yourself feel sick. Like, I had to give myself breaks from it and listen to some different stuff because. But that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. I mean, I absolutely love it, and I'm still listening to. I can see myself listening to a lot. This has now become part of my musical mix, big time. So rambling as usual, but I think I did actually end up with like a good split. But there is an album which does dominate a bit that surprised me, but I really think all 5 albums that we covered are excellent, so good. And I encourage people listening to, if you haven't dived into Suede, listen to our list first and then just jump in because there's a lot to explore. There's a lot to explore.
Yeah, for sure. A lot to explore. I'll say this. I had trouble with Coming Up, like good trouble. I was shocked because usually it's like one of the first couple records that really kind of like I get drawn to, and not that the other ones were easy, but like there was just an attraction for me with Coming Up, like just something about it was just like yeah, I want that. And I kept looking down and seeing like, oh my God, why do I have so much of this record? And I don't remember what my actual number was on my first pass, but it was relatively high. And then those second cuts are brutal because like it again, this feels like there's not much dead weight in what we covered. So it doesn't feel like there's much that you can just kind of go, yeah, not that one. So you just kind of look for whatever reason to drop things. And most of the time it's just, well, I got to get to 20. So not that one. And you said something about the immediacy of the band, Adam, and I tended to lean towards that a little bit, like because there's a lot of songs where I just kind of was immediately drawn, and I was like, all right, well, that's something I need to hold on to that. And I'll say, like, I think I the same as Jennie, like I'd made my first pass before we lost Peter, and then coming back to try to do the cuts afterwards, I was like, I can't. I can't do this right now. And, I got like 2 or 3 songs in. I was like, nope, I'll come back to this. And then like one day I just kind of ripped it off and I was just like, I got to do this. I just did it. And that's when I contacted you guys. Hey, I'm ready to do this whenever we can. But I think that kind of affected my choices. Not again, I still feel good about the songs that I picked. I just feel like I wasn't as connected to the songs as I could have been when I made my second round cuts. That said, I want to point this out too. Like you said something about like, this is a hard one, Gavin. Like I usually like to use the audience as like a gauge to like, if I'm close, and I didn't get a lot of answers. And I was kind of shocked about that. Not a lot of people chimed in about this band. So this kind of fuels the whole thing of how aren't they, bigger? I'm not saying they need to be massive, but it is shocking to me. Like I just assumed, I guess because the genre and the time, that this was some huge band that people were going to be fawning over getting answers in. And I didn't get it, other than somebody said the whole first record, which I was like, okay, yeah, I get that. But so that said, this feels like it's only 57 songs, but it feels like between 4 people, we could all be in different directions, Gavin. Based on everything we've talked about, what do you think? How many do you think we get through for unanimously for the final say?
Yeah. Yeah. 4-person panel. It's a pretty good chunk of songs. I think we'll get 4.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a bad start. I don't like that. Or I don't hate that. 4 higher or lower, Jennie?
You know what? I'm gonna go higher. I wanted to go lower. I don't know why. I'm just gonna do it. I'll say 5. I being that I'm kind of like not very knowledgeable, I'm probably not hitting the ones that everybody's going to expect me to hit. So it was kind of hard because like they're so consistent, like from the first record to the end, that like they're all so good that I just chose. I followed my heart.
Yeah.
And we'll see if you guys are on the same page.
Yeah, let's see if our hearts are all in the same place, eh? So 4 and 5 off the board, Adam. What do you think?
Well, I think it's one of those two numbers probably, but they've got so many immediate songs that really do hit you, but they do have a depth as well. And I must admit, my list started moving more towards the songs that perhaps aren't as immediate as well. That might take a few more listens. So I'm worried that I might stuff up the party. But having said that, I'm going to go optimistic and go 6.
All right.
Nice.
4, 5, 6. And
yeah, why not?
Where do I go then? Do I have one on my list that I feel like I would pull out of the bin if I win? I think so. Do I stay close to the pack? Do I go under or over? I'm with Adam. I think it is probably either 4 or 5. It feels like those are the numbers. I'm going to go 7. I'm going to go 7 instead of going negative. Yeah, I mean,
it could happen.
I think the songs are strong enough. It's just whether we were all in the same place when we listen to them. So, all right. We are going to take a quick pause, and on the other side, we are going to play the game. It's the program with Jack.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with just 30 calories and no artificial sweeteners. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
Zootopia 2 has come home to Disney Plus.
Let's go!
Get ready for a new case.
We're gonna crack this case and prove we're the greatest partners of all time.
New friends.
You are Gary the Snake. And your last name? The Snake.
Dream Team. Hit new habitats.
Zootopia has a secret reptile population.
You can watch the record-breaking phenomenon at home.
You're clearly working at
Zootopia 2. Now available on Disney Plus, rated PG.
And with that, the name of the game is Deprogrammed. The 4 of us have come through a selection of Suede's discography and plucked out 20 songs that we're now going to mash together in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you, in case you have never given Suede the time of day. This is 2 days in a row I'm doing this, but everybody knows I'm a track 1 mark. Everybody knows I'm a track 1 album 1 mark. Everybody knows I love when the band does the thing. And I will admit that listening to this, especially today, like it just had a different feeling after everything with Peter. But I really, truly love this track, and I hope I found at least one of you. I'm going with So Young.
I don't have
It.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
I didn't take it, but that's a great song. I wanted to take
it.
Okay.
Wow, I thought that was one of the.
Yeah, I'll take it too. Yeah, I don't know, like just something about like his voice, like it's funny because like that was gonna be the thing I was gonna bring to go like how much I love his voice, and then you guys like lead off with people probably think his voice is annoying. I was like, oh really? Okay. I didn't get that.
love it. I don't know, man.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. So, all right. So
I mean, the debut album so immediate. It's
sure.
And that song just it grabs you. Yeah, it's but then again, it's almost like the whole album. So yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah, and I feel like that what you just said is probably what's going to happen on the episode. Is we're going to cover a lot of that record, and it's going to be a lot of twos and bins. So who knows? Only one way to find out. Gavin, where do you want to start?
I'll take the next song on the first record, which was the first song I heard on that little radio in the middle of the night. I took Animal Nitrate, which is a great single by them.
I got it.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
All right.
There we go.
Gavin, that's my first song I heard too. I reckon that's the one. That was a bit of a hit here in Australia, like a indie hit. and I loved it, except for the fact that I was too much into the Smiths to get into another band that sounded dramatic at the time. But yeah. But what a song, hey? What a song.
Yeah.
I want to point out that this is one of the few answers that we got.
Cool.
So
Nice.
the internet agrees with us. There we go. We got that little clippy. All right. Animal Nitrate is in.
And if anyone's ever making a playlist around puns, just put this one on there. It's a good song pun.
Yes.
It's got to be one of the best, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For sure. All right. It's in, and now we move on. Jenny?
All right. Like I said, I have to just rip off the Band-Aid. The one that just about fucking killed me that one day was off their first album, The Next Life.
Oh yeah.
I don't have it.
No, I don't have it, unfortunately.
That's a beautiful song, Jenny. That's a good choice.
It's a great song.
Like I said, I had to follow my heart on this one.
sure.
It was the first one that really Peter himself was a big fan of that GIF where that fucking character from Spirited Away is getting washed over by the waves and it just says feels. I was like, that's me right now. I'm getting knocked out by the feels.
Mm-hmm. I know. I get it, but it gets a 2, and twos get to stay alive, until we start hitting. So, Adam.
So I'm going to move albums to the next one, Dogman Star. So early Suede, it was obviously all about Brett Anderson, but also Bernard Butler, who is an incredible guitarist, was in the band at this point and was very instrumental in those first 2 albums. And he really puts his stamp on Dogman Star. He's a lover of prog rock, glam rock, and lots of guitar kind of riffs. And there's a particular song on there that he wanted actually to be a 20-minute song, a 10-minute guitar solo, which they cut back. And it ended up being a 9-minute song. It's called Asphalt World.
Oh.
I have that.
Hey, that's a 2 then.
And yeah, I didn't take it. That's an epic though. That's a crazy.
It's an epic song, yeah. It's crazy.
I didn't even notice how long it was. Am I just immune to long songs at this point?
I think that speaks to how good it is.
They broke up after this album, Jenny, and because I think he was annoyed that they didn't add another 6 minutes of him just going wow on the guitar. But anyway, he's a great guitarist, and they're now friends again. And I think him and Brett Anderson released an album.
Yeah,
didn't they? But not interestingly, he's never rejoined Suede, but they just released an album under the name of The Tears.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. It gets a 2 and gets to live to see another day for now. I'll go with one of the other few answers that we got that is on my list. I'll stay on that record, Dogman Star. How about Still Life?
Oh. No, that was a late cut. Maybe my last cut.
I do have it.
No.
Yeah, all right. I'll take a 2 there. Boom.
No, I don't have it, unfortunately.
All right. These 2s are looking A-okay right now.
Yeah.
At least for now. All right, Gavin?
So I think Adam may be joining me on this opinion, but I was totally knocked out by the new album.
Oh yeah, that's great.
It was my favorite album of 2025. I couldn't really believe how great it was, and I took the title track off Antidepressants, called Antidepressants.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yes. Yep.
Hey.
Nice.
That was number 21 for me, and I didn't.
Jenny, what the fuck?
I know. I know.
That's all right. A 3 is as good as in, especially the way gameplay is shaking out right now.
I will not fight you on that 100% because I sat there looking at it and I was like, okay, is it this one? I don't even remember what the other one was. I'm not going to, because if it's a terrible song, then I don't want you guys yelling at me. I can't handle it right now.
All right, so antidepressants grabs a 3. Jenny, where you want to go?
Oh, shit. Okay, I have to go. I have to go with Trash from Coming Up
Fuck yeah.
because
yeah.
Trash
Oh,
Pals
yeah.
represent.
Yes.
Hey.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Oh, the words
Great
are
song.
so great to that song, They're really beautiful.
Beautiful song about trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the last answer that I got. Like, it was the only other answer that I got. So this one's Still Life and Animal Nitrate were the only 3, other than somebody saying the entire first record, of course. So, yeah, there's something about that record, and I mean, it starts with that song, just sit right with me. I don't know if it was just the right timing, but I was just like, oh my God. On my first pass, I think I had most of it. I ended up still with 4, it looks like. Yeah, 4. So
yeah,
I still kept a lot of it. But all right. Trash is in. And Adam.
Actually, I might stay on that one because I wanted to say that I really like that album, but it's probably not my favorite. If I was, and I think they did lose a bit of something when Bernard Butler left in terms of the depth in the songs. But I think they're immediate, and I think the hooks. I mean, Brett Anderson's always been great at writing hooks, but the depth is probably not quite there. But having said that, there's still some absolute crackers on here, and there's one that I keep singing the chorus over and over. I can't get it out of my head. That I've picked, The Chemistry Between Us.
Mm.
Oh, no.
Oh no, sorry.
Dang it, I can't see.
Bloody hell. Damn it. There we go. Long-winded for nothing.
Long-winded dinner.
As usual.
Well, I mean, it's better that you had something to say about it before
Yeah,
it went into the bin than just it going into the bin.
That's right.
It's just he keeps going class A, class B, which is I think it's all drug songs at this point because I think he had a pretty bad drug habit at this point, didn't he, Gavin? Is that right?
Yeah.
Around this time, so his songs all start to become all about drugs, and this one's really overtly about them. But yeah, it's kind of catchy.
Yeah. Well, every love song I suspect is really about drugs. So.
Yeah, maybe.
maybe. I'm gonna go to the new record too, Antidepressants. I really, really enjoyed it as well. And honestly, if the earlier stuff wasn't like just so great, I probably would have had more. But this one really jumped out at me for its title and for its music. How about Broken Music for Broken People?
Fuck
yes.
No.
Okay. All right. We'll take a 3 there. I'm with that.
Oh, God, it's such a hard album to pick songs from. It's just there isn't a bad song on that Antidepressants album.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
hard. Yeah.
I like a 3 though. I really like a 3. That's 2 3s from Antidepressants. Just to note.
Yeah.
All right, Gavin.
Okay, Justin, I'm going to try to find you on Coming Up. So one of my favorite Suede songs is on that record. I took Beautiful Ones.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't have it. I'm sorry.
All right. That's all right.
We got 3.
Yeah.
No problem.
If that was unanimous, that was going to be the one I was going to fight to like be the number 1.
Yeah, it's a good.
It's just a proper banger. So
yeah,
but we'll get to that.
And can I say on that one too, if you had to put in a time capsule something that captured Britpop really for what it was in the 90s,
yeah,
that song probably hits every single button. I think it's peak of that era.
To that point, I think it's the only song that I had heard. Like if any other song that I'd heard didn't like ping my radar, like didn't make me go, I think I've heard this before, except that song.
Yeah.
That song, when I heard it, it either sounds like really close to something else or I'd heard that song before. So, all right. We'll take the 3 there. 3 is good. And Jenny.
Oh no, I don't know what to pick next. um oh, you know what? I really like this one. Panic by the Motorway from Coming Up.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a great song. I don't have it.
Uh
I don't know where that
No,
track
I
go.
don't have it either.
Dang it.
I do really like it though.
I cannot save you, friend. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Listen, I told you I was like following my heart. My heart was going down weird places.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what was going on, but that one, like, it had this like lazy summer afternoon vibe, which is just, it's gonna get me every fucking time. So
Yeah. In the documentary, it shows them recording that, and it's really beautiful.
Boom.
I will have to look for that.
All right. Adam?
So I love, as you probably know, I do love my lyrics. And this song I'm going to go to next. I didn't know what the chorus was, and I went and read the lyrics, and it's actually "She sells hearts, she sells meat." So going to all the way back to the debut album, Metal Mickey.
No.
Yes.
No,
It was
sorry.
a single too. It was quite a popular single, I reckon, off of that album.
Now the two. And with that, we are officially out of NTP. Boom. Yeah, officially out of NTP. Worst case scenario, everything that we have goes in going forward.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back around to me. I keep skipping over this song, so it must mean something to me. Going back to Dogman Star, how about Heroin?
No.
Yes. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorites.
Okay. Take a 2 there. Boom.
It's a really good song.
All right. Gavin?
So yeah, there's a lot of drama in early Suede. I guess the two big things are and I'll be curious to see if Jennie knows this, but there was a really important muse for Brett Anderson and the band Suede, right? A woman named Justine Frischman was in Suede and was together with Brett Anderson, and she was kind of like a rich girl, but really cool, like in art school and like really smart. And then she started dating your man from Blur, Damon Albarn. And it was like big drama in the papers and, in the music papers and the scene.
Yeah.
And then she formed Elastica and
yeah,
like really great, had her own great band. So you could actually say she's the architect of Britpop, like, you know what I mean? Like one woman kind of was everywhere, you know what I mean? And she's
absolutely.
She's really like compelling to watch, like talk and just see just the way she is. She's really spectacular. And then I think the other big thing was what Adam was talking about with the guitar player, Bernard Butler, and just his kind of like mental health breakdown that happened during Dog Star, which was apparently an incredibly difficult record to record. And he was really like kind of adversarial and nasty to be around and didn't like just arguing with everybody about everything. So
very controlling, I think, Gavin, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was kind of a savant, like all those guys were real young, but like really had a vision for how things should be. And of course, I mean, you can tell that's Brett's the same way, so like that's going to be a problem. You can't have, two complete alphas in one band. That's why Justine's an alpha too. And she was like, yeah, I'm just going to like see my way out of this and do my own thing. And so, I mean, Dogman Star was kind of like not really understood when it came out. And it was kind of like this dark, shadowy record in their catalog. But it's one of those records that in retrospect has like gotten all kinds of critical acclaim. I guess Justin, kind of like Pinkerton was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also the second record, right? And anyway, so those are just some of the cool like stories from the Suede. There are many, but from the Suede camp, I took Black or Blue off Dogman Star.
Oh, did I get that one?
Nothing.
Oh, gosh.
Nothing makes me.
You know what?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I didn't. No, sorry, I don't have it. But I've just got that many songs from Dogman Star in my top long list because it's my favorite album. It's the one I alluded to earlier. It's become my favorite album. It's so good. But yeah, no, I don't have that one. So sorry, man.
Nothing I love more for all the wrong reasons than somebody having like this great story, this great lead up, and then it getting binned.
Yeah. I feel like
take the wind right out of his sails.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's how it kind of should be with your bin songs, you know? Like you need to put something on it, you know? Put a little extra on it.
A little, something a little. Something a little. All right. Jenny.
Oh man. I'm probably just gonna make you all mad with every pick that I have left.
No way.
Let's see, we already picked that one. Oh, from antidepressants, Somewhere Between an Atom and a Star.
Very good. No.
No, that's a cool song.
No, I probably should have picked it, but no, I don't.
It was one of my last cuts. I love that's a great song.
I don't know if it was just the star vibe or something, but it gave me like David Bowie vibes, and
Yeah.
it kind of endeared me a little bit to that.
Totally.
That's a good call.
All right. Adam?
Yeah, so I might state. So I was chatting with my friend Brad, old schoolmate that I mentioned earlier, about this because I knew he'd have opinions about the songs we had in our list. And he said, yeah, have you included this particular song? I said, no, we haven't. He said, you have to go and listen to it. So this is a song that came out of the Dogman Star era. They just had so many great songs. They left this off the album. It has now become seen as one of their best songs. If you go and look at Suede best of lists, it's usually there. And it is I understand, I've never seen them live, but it is a bit of a live favourite. And it's called My Dark Star.
Wait, yeah, I got it.
I also have it.
You have it, Jenny?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't ultimately take it, Adam, but I really thought it was great.
We'll take a 3.
Oh, I'm really happy. I thought it was definitely going to get a 1, so I'm very happy.
Well, you know, whenever we do a list like this where it's, you know, we're cutting out 2 or 3 albums and then somebody says no, but I really want to include this song. that really makes me look at it a little bit harder, honestly, because that's enough to make it stand out and say this is the exception. We need to include this one, and I really love that one. So I'm glad you picked it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm always hesitant because sometimes I feel like it's like a red herring, like just something that needs to be, you know, somebody's just, oh, you know, I want to make sure that Justin listens to this. This is one that Justin, which happens a lot. But usually if it's just one song, then I'm like, okay, I need to listen to this one extra hard. And if it weighs out with everything that's kind of going on my list already, then it makes my first pass. And then, you know, it depends on the luck of the draw, really, with the second pass. But when I came across it, I was like, no, man, like I'm super glad Adam had it here, and I think it belongs in the conversation. You know, at this point, it would be in. It's got a 3. So,
well, this is all down to Brad, of course. I'd not heard the song before, so thanks, Brad.
All right. We haven't done anything off of auto fiction yet. So,
oh my God.
We talked about like the sleaze, and you know, if nothing else, this title kind of gives me the sleaze. How about She Still Leads Me On?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Hey.
Yep.
Take a 2 there. Any 2 I can get is good for me at this point. I'll take it.
That one reminded me of Depeche Mode, like 90s Depeche Mode a little bit. But yeah, no, that was a pretty good album as well. I didn't like it as much as Antidepressants, but it was pretty good.
Indeed.
Same here. Yeah.
All right, we take the 2 and we move on. Gavin?
Okay, I took Breakdown off the first album.
No.
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 Shit.
Binned. Unfortunately, binned. All right. Jenny?
I don't know how I haven't picked one from autofiction yet, because that one, I kept the most from my first pass to the second pass. So
Oh.
what landed with me the first time stuck there. You know, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's really good.
It's very good.
I am gonna go with "Turn Off Your Brain and Yell."
Fuck. No.
No.
I didn't. I almost put it on my list because of the song title. It's so great.
Yeah.
But no.
You know what?
I don't have it.
I think you just made a great point about that record, Jenny, is because I think I'm in the same place where, like, I don't think I had a ton through, but like everything that made it through stayed. Like when I made all my cuts, like the ones that made it through, pretty much maybe like one may have fallen off, but like everything that hit me stayed. So
I had like 6 songs in contention off that record that didn't make it. Like there was a lot on my first pass, and then I just couldn't get them in.
Yeah.
All right. Into the bin it goes, unfortunately, and Adam.
Okay. I'm gonna have another go at Dogman Star, I think. Because I think they are incredible with the guitars are fully going and there's so much going on in the songs. But there's a song on Dogman Star where it's just piano and Brett's voice, and it stops me in my tracks every time I hear it. It's a bit of an emotional one. The Two of Us.
Oh no.
Yes, that's a great song. It's him trying to like reach out and make up with the guitar player, right? Like
I think so. I think it's a bit like Morrissey and Ma. Morrissey did with lyrics to Ma when the Smiths were breaking up. I think it might be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really pretty song.
We'll take the 2 there. I think we got a couple more rounds in us here. But where do I go? I'll take another run at autofiction, I think. See if I can find any of y'all. How about What Am I Without You?
Yes.
Hey.
No.
Okay, I'll take a 2 there. I am like 2 city today. All right. Gavin?
I really like the story about, so when Bernard Butler left and quit Suede, one day, like a cousin of the drummer was like, "Oh, my cousin's coming by the studio to like pick up a suit or something," and the 17-year-old kid walks in, and he doesn't even really know his cousin that well, and the kid sits down and starts playing the piano and picking up all these instruments and playing them, and the whole band was like, they were older, they were in their like late 20s or whatever, and they were like, "Who the fuck is this kid?" And like they just put him in the band, and this kid like drops out of high school and goes on the fucking Dogman Star tour with them. Fully like everyone's doing like crazy drugs, and like they're going to Japan, and like it's just completely out of control. And he fucking stayed in the band the whole time. And was the guitar player. He became the lead guitar player and a 17-year-old and replaced kind of like the Chili Peppers, what happened to them, right? Like kind of a savant, like amazing guitar player, So he joined in 94, but didn't start publishing songs until coming up in 96. But let's see. I took to say all that, I took Dancing with the Europeans off the last record, off Antidepressants.
I got it.
Yes.
I do not. Oh. I got to be the spoiler again, I guess. That's fine.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's usually me, Jenny, so
boom in boom. Take a 3 there. Now we're starting to get into tough conversation territory.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. All right. Jenny?
Okay, so One thing I'll definitely say is, I think I've mentioned this on other episodes where sometimes I have to kind of do my homework right up to the wire
Mhm.
because what I feel like or my song picks are guided by how I am in that at that time.
Mm.
And I definitely think that if I had done this list 3 months ago, it would have been a completely different list, or I would have shifted it or something. I would have completely just not known what to say about any of the songs. And I found myself like really kind of not necessarily trying to figure out what Peter would have picked, but looking at it through the lens of what he might have liked. And I think that kind of guided me in some cases. And now that I've said all that, wait till you guys shoot this one down. I chose because he's a very like he was kind of a dramatic, melodramatic type of person. I mean, I don't mean that like negatively. Like he just had a lot of emotions, and that's who he was. So I chose "Life is Endless, Life is a Moment."
Oh, no, good one though.
See, Peter was
No,
here. He
I'm
would have
so
given me.
sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Jenny.
But
I feel like lying and saying I've got it.
I know.
Actually,
But
but I don't.
I'm telling you right now, you for sure were guided by Peter on that one, because what just happened exactly right there is exactly what would have happened to Peter. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. And he would have been like,
Sorry.
what?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Peter.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And also, I needed my moment of like giving you the whole story and then having the wind taken out of my sails.
Yeah.
So I needed that at least once.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's got one today. So,
Takes a turn.
all right. Adam?
Okay, I'll have a go at autofiction because I don't think I've picked one from there yet. Lots of bands that they definitely feel like on the last two albums they're drawing on influences from other bands a little bit more than maybe forging their own way. Which it's just the fact that they're an older band and that tends to happen, but it's still great. And this song reminded me of Placebo. I don't know if you guys know Placebo.
Mm-hmm.
So 15 again.
No.
Oh, God damn it. You know what?
No.
I think I had the exact same thought and I didn't pick it. Probably because it reminded me of Placebo.
Yeah, right. Okay. There you go. Oh well.
Can't save you.
I do like them. I just sometimes if it feels too strongly like another band, I might say, well, this is, does this represent what I like about this band that we're talking about now? So
I know exactly what you mean, Jenny. If I had to knock the last two albums, I would say that some of the influences are a little bit too overt on some songs. But it's still really enjoyable. But you listen to it going, oh, this sounds a lot like X,
I don't know where to go because I feel like at this point, I think we're on our last round. Yeah, I don't know which one of these to go. This is where I would usually lean towards like an answer that I got.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go at the top of my list. Only way to find out is to ask. How about Moving?
No.
nope.
No.
Oh, finally in the bin. Dang. Okay. I'll take the binner and we will move on. Gavin?
So I took Disintegrate off antidepressants.
No.
Ooh, I think I have that.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Hey.
Oh, Jenny. Cool. It's the opening track. So we got a 3 on that.
Great
Yeah,
song.
That's a 3.
Yeah. We got 3 songs with 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Them 2s are almost to dangerous territory. All right. Jenny?
How about The Wild Ones from Dogman Star?
Yes.
Absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm, I looked at this is where I feel like the audience could have helped me because this is apparently one of their most popular songs I just saw on Spotify just now. So
Yeah.
If I weren't an
it's
honest
great.
man, I would have switched out a song and swapped that in. But I am. I try to be as honest as possible. So grabs a 3, and we will move on. Adam.
Okay, we talked a little bit about glam rock, and obviously, especially early on, they were big into David Bowie.
Yeah.
You could tell. And this song, I think this might have been one of the very early singles. I'm not sure if it was a single before the album came out, actually, but The Drowners.
Oh, yes.
That was my last cut.
No. Take a 2 there.
2. Lots of 2s, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah. Enough to where like some of those 2s are going to get in at this point. Yeah. I mean, unless I hit...
That's good because there's some great songs in this too, so I'm happy.
All right, so I'm just going to dump out from the top here. We Are the Pigs.
Oh.
Yes.
Hey.
No.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Cats, this ad is for you. Has your human ever called you picky, persnickety, choosy? If so, Perfect Bistro Cat Food is for you. With ingredients like wild-caught tuna and pasture-raised lamb, tantalizing textures, and delectable flavors that meet even the most discerning cat standards. You're not picky, you're just perfectionists. Perfect Bistro, mealtime perfection for every cat. Have your human visit perfectbistro.com.
The Power?
No.
No, I think that was around the mark, but no.
Okay.
Did we lose Jennie?
No.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Just mentally.
Let's see. Stay Together?
No.
Nope.
No.
All right. Moving on to coming up. How about Lazy?
No.
Oh, I got it.
Hey. Take a 2 there. Same record, Star Crazy?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay. Only 2 left. Moving on to Autofiction, Black Ice?
No.
No. I like it though. No.
And then last but not least, Shadow Self.
Yes.
Hey.
No.
Okay. So not only are none of us going to win, we only got 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Close.
Not even close.
We've covered a lot. We've covered a lot of songs, though, haven't we? It would be interesting.
For
to
sure.
see how many?
For sure. All right. So you can still make the conversation harder without me, Gavin. What do you got left?
Yeah. Okay. So I got Drive Myself Home off Autofiction.
Got it.
No.
Okay.
It was on my long list, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I took Introducing the Band off Dogman Star.
No.
I took June Rain off Antidepressants.
Fuck. No, I love that one.
Yeah, that was the one I got pissed off about having to cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took New Generation off Dogman Star.
No, another one that missed out just.
Wow, Adam, I love that song so much. That was a big
single.
Yeah. I took Sleeping Pills off Suede, the first record.
Nope.
Hang on a second. No, you're picking all my just outs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last one I took was Sweet Kid off Antidepressants.
You covered a lot of that one.
Yeah, I know. I had a lot off that one.
All right. Boom, boom. Boom. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot in the bin, but you did manage to get another 2 into the combo. You still have a chance to make the conversation a little harder, Jennie.
I doubt it. That's okay. So I've got Personality Disorder, and I also like that song.
Yes. Jennie, yes. There
Yay!
we go. We got 2.
And It's Always the Quiet Ones.
There's another one on that I've written next to it. Sad that I had to cut it. I had to cut that one too.
Is that it from you, Jenny?
That's it.
Okay. What do you got left, Adam?
I've got one to throw in the bin.
All right.
Off the debut album, Pantomime Horses.
Oh yeah.
All right. So before we move on, I'm going to shift this and see how much we covered. Looks like 44 out of 58. No, 44 out of 57
Wow.
rather. Yeah. We covered.
And that's actually great. That's great.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of like Jenny had said this, and I agree. Like it just kind of, there's no dead weight. It really speaks to the depth of the band and just the consistency. Like it was just a consistent band. Like we even covered all but 3 of their new record. Like that's crazy.
Incredible.
All but 2 off of Autofiction. All looks like coming up got the least amount of love from us. Dogman Star only has 2 left. Self-Titled only has 2 left. So yeah, we covered a lot here. That said, two did get in already. Animal Nitrate and Trash. All right, and let me see these threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should we converse about these threes or just accept these threes? Because if we accept these threes, then we only have room for 1.
Can we go through them, please?
Sure can. All right, so we've got Antidepressants, Broken Music for Broken People, Beautiful Ones, My Dark Star, Dancing with the Europeans, Disintegrate, The Wild Ones. Those are the threes. The thing that jumps out to me first is I don't think we need 3 from Antidepressants, let alone 4. I do think it was a great record, but I don't think that we're giving best foot forward if we do that.
Yeah, because right now we have 1 off the first record, 1 on Dogman Star, 2 on Coming Up, nothing off Autofiction, 4 off Antidepressants, and a B-side. So I think you're right, Justin. I mean, I think we need to at least take 1 off because there's some other really good shit on this list.
Yeah. So should we decide, like, is it a 1 or 2 situation for antidepressants, or is it, because 4 is too much for sure. I think 3 is too much, if I'm being honest. Again,
Yeah.
it is interesting that 3 of us agreed on 4 different antidepressant songs, but
yeah,
I think the list has to be weighted to the first iteration of Suede, the 90s iteration of Suede, in my opinion. Even though the stuff's still great, I would want that. I think we should aim for something like 6 songs at least from those 3 albums.
okay, so let's
then maybe four from the back, maybe.
So let's do this
At the
first.
most.
Like, instead of killing out the antidepressant songs, let's pick one of them that goes in now, and then we'll come back to that at a later point. Which one of these jumps out the most? Antidepressants, Broken Music from Broken People, Dancing with the Europeans, Disintegrate. Gavin, is one of those jump out at you that could be the one from that record?
Yeah, I would just go with the first track, Disintegrate.
Okay, Jenny, you were the odd one out there. Was that just a,
I thought I had Disintegrate. I didn't have antidepressants.
Exactly. Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, you were the odd one out on antidepressants.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that one was like basically number 21 for me, so that's the one that I lean to more than anything else.
Okay, Adam, is it a different song, or would you be happy to take just the title track?
Sorry, are we talking about Disintegrate or antidepressants?
Oh,
I felt like we just switched. I think Gavin was talking about Disintegrate.
oh,
Weren't you, Gavin?
Yes, sorry,
Mhm.
Justin. I'm talking about the first song on
First song.
Antidepressant called Disintegrate. That's the one I would put in.
Okay, my bad. Yes, sorry. So I was the odd man out on Disintegrate. If everybody's happy with taking Disintegrate, I'm on board.
Yeah, I mean, I would take Disintegrate over antidepressants, but then I would take antidepressants as well, probably. Probably take. They'd be the 2 off the album that I would take.
All right, so
But if we just move with Disintegrate for now.
yeah, let's take Disintegrate for now. Now let's look at these other threes and see which one of these are in. Beautiful Ones would give us 2 from Coming Up. My Dark Star would be technically the B-side, right? And then Wild Ones seems like it should be a shoo-in to get us Dogman Star, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the
I
odd
think
man out
Wild
there.
Ones for sure.
Okay, so let's do that. Boom. All right. And then that leaves, before we move on to 2s, Beautiful Ones, My Dark Star, are they just we come back to, or should either of those or both of those be in?
The Beautiful One should be in.
Yes,
I think
I
was
agree
the
with
odd
that.
man on that.
Yes, you were.
I'm fine with that.
All right, so let's grab Beautiful Ones, and then we can come back to My Dark Star at a later point.
I'm pretty keen for it to get in, but I understand that we can't fit it.
Well, we should be able to. I'm on board for giving the 3 the extra weight. You know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, if honestly, like, if you want to tackle that right here, Gavin, you were the odd man out on My Dark Star. Was there a reason for that, or it just didn't have room?
No, it didn't have room. I think it's a great song. I'm fine with that.
All right, so that'll bring us up to 6. Now let's start looking at these 2s. We won't kill off the other 2 or the other 3 from antidepressants until it's necessary, but it's feeling like we're leaning that way, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from early on. All right, so these 2s. So Young, The Next Life, The Asphalt World, Still Life, Metal Mickey, Heroin, She Still Leads Me On, The Two of Us, What Am I Without You, The Drowners, We Are the Pigs, Lazy, Shadow Self, Drive Myself Home, and Personality Disorder. Gavin, is there a 2 that's like really jumping out at you that really should either be in the conversation, or we should just go ahead and tackle it now?
Yeah, that could be the whole list right there. The 2s.
Yeah.
That would kill the fucking list.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, okay, so I'm going to say 2 things really quick, and just to make things, Justin loves it when everybody makes things more complicated. So, okay, so I just want to say that there's a couple, we don't have anything off Autofiction yet.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple 2s I would fight for just to get album representation there. But out of the list that you read, Justin, I would take the 2 of Us on Dogman Star would be my first pick from the 2s.
Okay. Let's see. Adam, you were the other person on that.
Yeah.
At this point, would you be open to it just jumping onto the list before we get into conversations about album representation?
I'm comfortable with it. I'm conscious though that we're picking songs that perhaps Jennie didn't have, so kind of keen to hear Jennie's views on that and where you
I'll
sit with
be
that
honest,
one, Jennie.
I don't have that one on my long list or anything. I don't remember it, and I don't know if I just, maybe like the songs kind of blended together, and I just didn't.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember anything particular about it, because I know sometimes like they do kind of blend one right into the next. I have no problem with it though. Like I have no fight in this round of the game, which is sometimes the fun part, but not for me on this one. So
yeah, we're the newbies.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's do that.
It does give it something different as well, because it's just him and piano. There's nothing else going on. It's quite different. So yeah.
So that brings us up to
I'm down with that.
That brings us up to 7. Maybe we tackle autofiction right here. Do we think autofiction is just a 1? Because I think we have 5 that have 2s.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, so we've got
yeah.
She Still Leads Me On, What Am I Without You, Shadow Self, Drive Myself Home, and Personality Disorder. I'm not skipping over you, Jennie, but based on what you just said, I am skipping over you because of what you just said. So,
No, that's totally valid.
Adam, is there one of these off of autofiction that's really jumping out at you?
You know what, Justin, that's so funny because I was about to say I'd like Jenny to pick off of this one because she said really liked this album, and I don't have any strong opinion on the songs on this album, even though I really like the album. So
okay, well then let's get Jenny's
what do you
opinion.
think?
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, okay, so She Still Leads Me On. That was on my long list. It just didn't make the final cut for whatever reason. So I like that one, and I really like What Am I Without You. That was probably my favorite one on that album. So between those two.
All right. Do you have a?
I'm happy with either.
Okay. Do you have a strong feeling either way, Gavin?
No. If Jenny really liked What Am I Without You, then let's go with that.
Yeah, that's my inclination too. So let's do that. So that'll get us our autofiction representation. Boom and boom. All right, now we're getting to the nitty gritty. We've got 2 spots left, and now, to me, it's looking like these antidepressant picks are out. I don't want to kill them off yet because there is still 2 spots. We've covered everything, right? Autofiction has something, Suede has something, Coming Up has something, Dogman Star has some. Yeah, we covered it all. How's our spread looking? Let me go over to this tab. 112211. So here's what we got left. If we're skipping antidepressants, we've got So Young, The Next Life, The Asphalt World, Still Life, Metal Mickey, Heroin, The Drowners, We Are the Pigs, and Lazy. So is there something jumping out at you, Gavin?
Yeah. I would take those are all 2s that you read, right?
Yes.
I would take The Next Life off the first record.
All right. Adam, how do you feel about The Next Life?
I think that was the one you talked to about Peter, wasn't it, Jenny? Yeah, I think we should definitely take that.
Boom. On board. So on board. All right. And then that brings us to song 10. If anybody has a song that they really want to fight for, I'm tossing the ball in the air.
I'm going to jump in. I'm not sure if we've got any sort of guitar freak out stuff represented too well. So there's 2 off of, well, there's probably 3 off of Dogman Star that I'd be happy with. We Are the Pigs, Heroin, or The Asphalt World. Personal favorite is Heroin, but I only got 2 on it. But one of I just wonder about whether our mix needs something a bit with the Bernard Butler just fully going mental.
Mm-hmm. How do
I don't
you
know.
feel about?
That's my 2 cents.
How do you feel about Heroin, Gavin? The song, not the drug.
Yeah, it's never been a song that like really called to me, but I would defer to Adam on this. I mean, he's saying that it's his favorite album, and like,
oh yeah, it's my favorite album. I mean, of their albums, not my, so
right.
But also, I'm not saying I love that song over. I mean, We Are the Pigs or The Asphalt World. I'd be happy with either of those.
Yeah.
Through, so it doesn't have to be that one.
Right. So what do we have off Dogman Star, Justin? We have The Wild Ones and The Two of Us.
The two of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that too much?
No, it's not too much. Justin, can you remind me what the songs are we have right now? I missed 2 of them somehow.
Sure. Animal Nitrate, Trash, Disintegrate, The Wild Ones, Beautiful Ones, My Dark Star, The Two of Us, What Am I Without You, and The Next Life.
Do we only have one off the debut album? Is that?
It's 2. We got The Next Life and Animal Nitrate.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be happy if you want to pick another one from the debut. I feel like it's either the debut or Dogman Star, in my opinion, because everything else is represented pretty well.
I think I'm gonna sit out the final fight. Jenny, do you got something strong you're thinking about?
Not really off of this album. I like Asphalt World, but the other two definitely caught my attention. So it's really anybody's game.
I think I like Adam. I think I like the Asphalt World not only because Jenny just mentioned it, and also I think it was the song that broke the band.
Yeah. I think that's a great choice, to be honest. It's
You know
a
what I
9-minute
mean?
song
Like
to
if you had
end the playlist.
yeah, if you have to pick the moment where the old Suede ends and the new one begins, it may be the Asphalt World. So let's go with that.
I'm with it. All right, so that's going to
Nice
bring
one.
us to 10. Let me run this down, and then we'll turn the heat up so we can all sweat on what our next answer is. So we've got Animal Nitrate, Trash, Disintegrate, The Wild Ones, Beautiful Ones, My Dark Star, The Two of Us, What Am I Without You, The Next Life, and The Asphalt World rounds out our 10. Gavin, of those 10, which one do you think is the one?
Oh man, there's a lot in contention there. I think it could be Animal Nitrate. I think it could be Beautiful Ones off Coming Up. I think it could be Trash. I mean, you could say that's Suede's fucking theme song.
Yeah.
I think it could be The Wild Ones. In fact, it probably should be The Wild Ones now that I'm talking. I'm going to vote for The Wild Ones on that.
All right. What do you think, Jenny? Do you have a inkling?
I was kind of between The Wild Ones and Trash myself. So I don't know. I'll vote for both, and then you guys can vote for the tiebreaker.
All right. What do you think, Adam?
So before you said anything, I would have said Animal Nitrate, The Wild Ones, or Trash as well.
Nice.
Would have been the three. And I actually think The Wild Ones is the best of those three.
Yay!
Hey, I'm with it.
Yep. So let's lock that one in. Yep.
I want to point out that Animal Nitrate and Trash would have been my inclination because they were the unanimous. So, yes, we were all kind of semi in the same page, but I mentioned that I wish the audience would have come through for me. They didn't. You failed me, but it's okay. I failed myself. I didn't study enough. So the Wild Ones is going to get our number one sign of approval. Let me find this real quick on the list and scroll it up to the top, and I'll run this down one last go, and we will get on out of here. Boom, boom, boom. Cue it up. Cue it up good. The Wild Ones is our number one. Animal Nitrate, Trash, Disintegrate, Beautiful Ones, My Dark Star, The Two of Us, What Am I Without You, The Next Life, and The Asphalt World rounds out our 10. And with that, let's let The Wild Ones get a moment in the sun.
At Uber, every single driver is required to pass a thorough background check before they can start driving. That means any prospective driver goes through a multi-step screening process, checking for any impaired driving or criminal offenses. But the checks don't stop there. Every year, every Uber driver is background checked again, so the person picking you up today meets the same standards as the day they started.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Annual driver screenings from Uber. One more way Uber is putting safety at every turn. Learn more at uber.com/safety.
There's a song.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We did that right. There we go.
Go us.
Go us. We did it right. We have turned you on to Suede. You're very welcome. Surprisingly, we might be turning a lot of people on to Suede because I'm just shocked I didn't get answers for this. It's mind-boggling sometimes, but what can you do? Hey, if you'd like to answer this, you can follow me on Threads at DprogramVA. Throw me I'm forever, as we're about to record, I try to at least give a couple days before we record to, find out what the audience is thinking. Just tell me give me 4 or 5 songs, and it really does help me shape my list. Just saying. So there's that. Boom. If you would like to get involved in chat about it, There's also a Discord, the Legion of Stupid Discord. Ask for a link. I can get you that. But the easiest way is pledging to the show. Patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. $1 a month gets you in the doorway. It gets you that automatic invite to our Discord server. It gets you the after the fact conversation we're about to have. It gets you the episodes of Deprogram before the rest of the world. Boom, boom, boom. A few things get tossed in here and there whenever I get around to them. That happens on the Patreon. Please consider it. If you bump up to the $5 level, I get it. Times is tough. So like, I understand if you don't want to do that, but it does come with an extra, it gets into some secret channels on the Discord where we oftentimes talk about how to make your money worth it. And just kind of discuss things at random in different channels, and sometimes even put Undercutter songs up there before they're available. Just saying. These are things that happen in the Discord server through Patreon. So consider all that. If you want to join the Patreon but don't want to give the $1, again, ask for a link. We are growing a tree in there. We are counting in there. There is a deprogram chat in there. There's a music panel in there, or music league in there, rather, and finding panelists channel in there. All sorts of great stuff happening in the Legion of Stupid Discord. Please consider joining that. We are a podcast. Subscribing, rating, commenting are all super helpful ways to help the show. Depending on where you're listening, you can leave a comment now. So that would be cool if you could do that. No matter where you're listening, wherever you're listening right now, leave a comment. It is super helpful. If you're listening on YouTube, Spotify, comment. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave a review. On either any of the pod things, I think, that have 5 stars, give us 5 stars. Consider that. It would be super helpful. Would appreciate it. Sharing is, of course, caring, but honestly, to me, the best way you can help this show is by telling somebody that you listen to it. Hey, I listen to Deprogrammed, and you should too. And with that, Suede. Learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Bye.